everyone. Welcome to Women for Beverages at Sylvia's Saloon. My name is Sylvia and this is my saloon. And today, please welcome with me Barb Grossenbacher from Edelwhite Gin.
Hello,
Barb. Barb joins us from the Swiss region of Entlebuch. And so today we talk about gin, of course, about founding a business and living in luxury. Yeah. So to make this clear right at the beginning, as our viewers will notice later, your English is very good. So you are of Canadian origin, and at the age of 18 or so, you followed Fritz Grossenbacher to Swiss, who later became your husband, and the both of you worked for 30 years in the hotel and hospitality business. And in 2017, you founded Edelwhite Gin.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the first question is, Edelwhite Gin brings the aromas of the UNESCO biosphere Entlebuch to the nose and to the palate. Yeah. So it has 27 ingredients and 14 local ingredients, as you say. And Barb, please tell us what is so special about your way of distilling?
Well, the distillation process is quite special in that we have, first of all, a copper pot still. And because the flowers are very, very important, we vapor distill them. That means that when the distilling begins in the pot, we have everything except the flowers directly in the alcohol and water mixture. So macerating, basically, we heat it up, and then the vapor rises and goes to a special called botanical basket, which is located just behind the still, also connected to the still, of course. And so the aromatic vapor rises, and that goes through the flowers, catching the aromas, the taste, the smell, making that at the end a very, very concentrated potpourri of flowers from Entlebuch that are in the final recipe. So instead of just putting them all directly into the alcohol and water mixture with all of the other 15 ingredients, basically, we have the flowers distilled separately and then concentrated and nice and strong.
Yes, and I imagine floral aromas are very delicate, so they wouldn't probably go in with the other ingredients like spices and so on. So
exactly. We pick as many flowers as we can fresh, depending on the time of the year, and if not, they're dried. And because they're so delicate, our thought is, why add them directly into alcohol where they'll all go kaput? We keep them nice and fresh in the back by themselves, that only the vapor gently handles them, gathering their scent. Exactly.
That sounds very delicious. I personally love floral aromas. I love that. Also in beer. And by the way, it reminds me of the dry hopping process in beer a little bit.
Yeah, keeping it a little bit special. Good.
Yeah. Your company is very diverse. Of course, you distill, but you also offer tastings and tours, and also distilling workshops, which I think is awesome.
Right.
And your gin is recognized by drinkers. They love it. As you said, you get good feedback. And also in the world of gin and the world of gin makers, as you've won many awards and trophies. So we can say Edelwhite is a success, definitely. Yet I'm sure you've had your ups and downs as well. So what is your recommendation? What do you recommend to business founders? What is important to do or consider to make their business a success?
To make their business a success. Well, I think success has a lot of facets. First, you have to take little steps and be happy with the small successes that you have. And I think it's really important that when there's little I think this is a German word, Stolperstein,
Yeah.
bumps along the way, that you don't give up, that it's important. You can't do things wrong. You can only learn from your mistakes. So if things don't go as you're hoping they would, then learn from it, straighten up your crown, and keep going. I think it's important to always have your goal ahead of you. Never forget what you believed in at the beginning. If during the time in the middle you get a little bit frustrated or confused or down because things aren't working as you plan, then maybe you have to change your plan. Maybe you have to be flexible and think, well, what I thought at the beginning, that's not, so either make it work or change your ideals, change what you thought your goal was going to be.
I see. So if there's a barrier, you might have to go around it instead of try to.
Yes, either you can bang it down if it's a small barrier, or maybe find a different way. A different way. There's many. It's like being in the forest and not sure which hiking trail you're going to take. Take one, and if it doesn't get to the end, then try to take another. But never stop. Never go back.
Okay, yeah, sounds like a good advice. In Höhle der Löwen, that's a TV show where startups are pitching for investments.
Right.
You actually you found an investor, and you told me that you are very happy with the cooperation with your investor, Roland Brack.
Right.
So why does this work out so well between the two of you?
Well, it works between us because I think first on a personal basis, we get along. We don't only see the business as something that we both are trying to make money at, although that's true, but it's his thoughts and his philosophies are also my thoughts and philosophies, and we go together trying to find a solution or trying to make our business grow. And I think it's really important that when you're close with the person that's involved financially in your business, that you also have to be emotionally tied, that you both want the same goal. He doesn't put pressure on me, which is really, really good, because I think maybe at my age, I don't handle pressure so well anymore. I like to still be able to decide what I want to do, and he gives me that freedom. Yeah. He also provides me with a person, Michael Brandley, who I meet 4 times a year, and I can discuss with him problems, things that went well, things that I plan, maybe new ideas, and he also brings me new ideas, and then he explains those to Roland. And then he either comes directly back to me, how he could help me personally, or he gives me help in saying, I know this and that person. I sometimes say other people have Google, I have Roland Brack, because he has such a huge network of people that can help me in all facets of the business that it's really, really helpful. It's also very motivating to know that somebody who is only in your business with a small financial investment, that they still have interest. And that's really nice. It's like they're sort of holding your back as you go.
Right. Wow, this sounds really like a big support emotionally and financially. And also, yeah, as you said, network and knowledge. Great.
Exactly.
Yes. So, my dear friends, if you want to know the entire story about Barbara, and her Edelwhite Gin company, you can also read the text portrait about her, and you find the link for this in the description box under the video, and both the text and the video on mybeviale.com, which is the portal of Braubeviale, the beverage trade show in Nuremberg. And Barbara, let's conclude this with a few keywords, and I invite you to make your comments, please.
Okay, I'm ready.
Your favorite ingredient?
My favorite ingredient in my gin? My favorite botanical? I would have to say that it's Canadian sweetgrass.
Oh,
Yeah, Canadian sweetgrass is used in Canada for smoking for celebrations by the natives. And it's something, it's the smell is almost like hay or grass. And when I smell it, I feel at home.
really?
Yes.
Do you get this for your gin as well?
It's in my gin, and I have it every time that someone comes over from Canada, they bring a little bit with them. Or when I'm there, that's one of the very, very special ingredients that it may not have a huge, gigantic flavor to the gin, but it adds a lot of emotional support. A little piece of my heart and soul is inside.
Yeah. Like aromas too, right?
Yes.
Living in luxury.
Living in luxury. I think that after working in the hospitality industry for almost 35 years, I consider the way I live now to be living in luxury, not in a financial or material way, rather because I can decide for myself when I work, how much I work, and I enjoy doing what I work. I go to sleep and I think about gin. I wake up and think what could be a recipe or what could happen. And this is luxurious for me, just to have the freedom to be doing what I love to do.
Yes, I go with you. Freedom is very important. Navy strength.
Navy strength. Navy strength is our second gin that we brought onto the market. It's 57%. And it's called Edelwhite 57. It's the same recipe as our original London Dry gin, but 15% more alcohol. 15% more alcohol, 15% more botanicals, and more flavor. And it's a very, very special gin. It's for people who understand gin. Nice. Because of its power and because of its aromatic explosion, actually.
Wow. But I read somewhere, maybe you said it, women like it. Women prefer this very often.
This is really, really exciting because often if I have a group of 10 or 15 people and I give them first the 42% to taste and then I give them the Navy strength to taste. And very often people think strong alcohol is for men and Bailey's or Sherry is for women, but that's not the case. Very often it's the women who are really, really impressed with that high alcohol and that real explosion of taste that happens in their glass. Exactly.
Wonderful. Yes. Being an inspiration.
Oh, being an inspiration. Well, when I started to do my tours and tastings, and the first time a girl said to me after, when I told them my story about how Edelwhite Gin started, and she said to me, "You're just so inspiring." And it actually brought tears to my eyes, it almost does now, thinking that just talking to people or telling them the way how I got to where I am could be an inspiration, that they actually think, oh, well, if she can do it, I can do it too. That's very heartwarming, I must say.
Yeah. I guess so, but you are an inspiration. You inspired me, I can say this. And I also think it's not only what you have accomplished or done, it's also about, I think, people who have an open heart immediately have an inspiring effect, maybe subconsciously even, but this is so. And so, yeah, thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome. I think being positive is just very, very important. And it's nice to pass on positivity, I think.
Exactly. That's true. Thank you for your interview, for the information and the inspiration. And yeah, hope to see you soon, Barbara.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye.